Ladies, itskaygee.yt. Today we are going to be taking a quick, snappy review of my previous two 2019 journals before we get into my 2020 journal. I am a college student, so instead of doing one big new journal every year, I do one small new journal every semester. So let's just jump right into looking at them. So before I get into my current journal, I thought I would do some throwbacks just to show you guys where I've come from and what changes I've made going into this year. So this is my journal from spring of 2019. I won't spend too much time in it. The first page is the nameplate page. It says my full name and my phone number so people can send me the journal if they find it, if I lose it somewhere. Won't show you that. As you can see here, spring of 2019, an index that I never used. I had an index in the last journal before this one, loved it, thought I didn't really need it with this organization plan that I was making with this journal. So here we have my perspective schedule and remaining classes. It's where I basically put down all the classes left in my degree program and make schedules based off, what I think I'm going to have in the remaining semesters to finish on time. Then we have my actual schedule and the class information. This isn't fully filled out, but it's supposed to be things like the professor, their email address, when the class occurs, where it is, things like that. Then we have semester at a glance. I think that this spread is really, really pretty, but I didn't use it as much. It looks well used here, but I never really got into using this. But I think it's so pretty with just like the blue and the graduate. I love it. It's so cute. But we won't be seeing it in any future journals because I really just don't use it. Then I went into the monthly spreads. This is my favorite quote I've ever done in any of my bullet journals. It looks pretty, and the quote, I just think about these words all the time. There are far better things ahead than anything you've left behind. Love it. Also, I love this month. The theme was lavender. It's very pretty. I did all of my habit trackers here, but as you can see, they didn't really get fully filled out for the month. And this is my monthly calendar. I was pretty good at keeping up with it at this point because it was my first time doing one. I changed to a mood tracker that looks like this. Not changed. I used a mood tracker for the whole month also, and as you can see, it didn't always get filled out. Here's my brain dump page where I'm just figuring some things out. Then here, I did my first calendar, and I did it sort of like my high school calendar, where you have the days of the week, and you fill in what you have to do on each day. I quickly though, found out that that doesn't really work for me, and what I prefer is to split it up by each class that I'm in each class category, and write down what I need to do for the class, and figure out when in the week I'm going to do it. I also found that having a little calendar that let me see 2 weeks in this one ahead of time really helped me out, because I could write down due dates and things on a dated calendar, not have to always be flipping back to this one to see what was due. It was just right there. As I was doing my homework, I could see what was coming up. Then we move into February. I don't like the spread, it's not pretty, but in February I was really struggling with my mental health, and I was trying to just encourage some more self-love. So I have the monthly spread here. It's a little bit different. Instead of doing a whole big calendar like I did in January, I just did a little calendar, wrote down some birthdays and important dates, and after that it was whatever. Here, again, I was working on mental health, so I have a UR, and you have spreads such as you are loved and you have a positive mind, things like that. I just wrote something new every single day of February. Then we get into my spreads. Like I said, I don't like February, it's quite ugly, but I'm still just doing things on one page. So here I added my mood tracker at the bottom. Didn't fill it out all the way, but as you can see on these last three, you put a smiley face or frown or whatever. There's a calendar, here's the classes, and here I started doing weekly habit trackers because I realized I never flipped back past the 1 week page. I never wanted to go back to anything else. So I just started doing weekly trackers. Then we get into March, which I also thought was really cute. You must go out on a limb to taste life's fruit. The theme for March is watermelon. I thought that was adorable. This is adorable. Everything is just, March was so cute. I loved March. We thrived in March. Here is when I finally split into a 2-page spread. I realized trying to cram everything on one page was just too much. So I have my classes over here and my to-do lists for each class. And then on this side, we have our 2-week calendar, a weekly to-do list, so I can write down things that don't have to do with my classes, such as cook my meals for the week or clean my bathroom. We have our habit tracker and our mood tracker, which got really well filled out, actually. And we go on through March. I just think March is really cute. It's all the same information. Then we get into April. April, I did kind of go back to the monthly calendar of January, but I did it a bit differently. I knew I had so much stuff going on in April. Also, April into May was getting into finals. I knew I just had so much stuff on every single day that I just needed to see when things were happening. So I did a key dates page, which I ended up liking way better than the calendar page. It was just a much more concise way of looking at it, and it worked for my eyes. I didn't have a quote for April. And then here, again, I was really, really busy. So this is an hour by hour, which is a spread that I do when I'm really, really crammed, and it just plans out every hour of my day for a day or a week or whatever to make sure that I get done everything I need to get done. And as you can see, we were block to block, hour by hour. I was busy, 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 busy. And then we get into our spreads. In April, I did much less tracking because I really was just so busy I didn't have time. So it's just the boxes that I need for my classes and my weekly to-do. Here we have some positive affirmations. I was, not so hot in February, was still struggling in April, started doing cognitive behavioral therapy, and needed to write down my positive affirmations so that I knew where they were and what they were going to be. More tracking of my week. I did throw it in my tracker, but it didn't really get filled out. Again, there was not time for tracking in April. The theme for April was hot air balloons, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. And then here's my key dates look ahead. This is what I did for the rest of the year. I didn't get into making one for May or anything. It's just the same key date spread from earlier, but it goes into May because I had a trip planned for the start of May. So this is my fall of 2019 journal. Then I went into a page testing different fonts in case I needed inspiration and colors. Then we do the perspective schedule and remaining classes spread again. It's the same thing as last time. Then we get into my actual schedule and my class information. This one actually got filled out, but the same as last time. This one is a new spread. Doing my quotes from last semester made me want to do a quote of the month spread for this semester. I forgot that I was only doing a semester in the journal, though, went into January, February, March. And I also was so busy towards the end with finals that I didn't have quotes in November and December, so this really didn't get filled out. Over here is my monthly new experience. This is something I'm continuing into 2020, but we'll talk about how it's a little different. But it's just every month I try to do something new. So in August, I went hiking with my friend, baked something intricate in September, went to a Halloween party and a concert in October, turned 21 in November. And in December, I was supposed to go to Vegas, but there's no, each one I said when I completed it. I didn't complete this one because a lot of friends canceled on me last minute, and I just couldn't afford to go on my own. I think the spread is really cute, but it wasn't well utilized, so we're going to be changing it up just a little bit in 2020. We have our month pages. August, the theme was leaves. Love this quote as well. It is lovely to let dead things go. Then we get into the month. It's basically the same as what we had before. Really don't like September. It was ugly. P's and Q's. The only thing I picked up in September was expanding from a 2-week to a 3-week long calendar. Then we get into October, which was really cute. Ooh, girl, October. Never fear the dark, for it is where the light shines the brightest. October was really cute. It was really cute. I'm like, girl. Same information, the each one for each class, the 3-week calendar, weekly to do. I added this week I'm grateful for. I put my chance at education for my first week of October, and the theme was black cats, and I wanted it to be black and white. The Spring of 2020 journal is the same kind of journal as the last one. Again, I don't like the cover, but it's what I had, so it's what I'm going to use. We again have my cover page with my name and stuff, so we're not going to show that. Then we get into the spread. This is gorgeous. I love this. This next to it, gorgeous. Love it. There will be a quote in this box by the time school starts, but for now it's empty. We're not going to, stress too hard on that. This is gorgeous. I love her. Yeah, spring of 2020. And then we get into, this is my goals page. As you can see, shoddy is blank. 2020 is the year that I'm going to graduate college. I will be finishing in the fall, not the spring like most people, so I'm doing the spring semester, and then fall will be my last semester. I don't really know what's going to come after that. I have plans. I have an idea that I want to travel for 6 weeks to 6 months, depending on how I feel, either Europe or Asia. But I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, and I don't know what to plan actually for 2020 other than graduate. I don't know. I just don't know. The future holds a lot of possibilities, and I don't always know what they are. So my goals page is currently empty. Hopefully throughout the year I will find more direction and be able to fill it out. But for right now, I don't know what I have in mind. I don't. Then we get into my positive affirmations and the things I need to let go of, such as my jealousy. And positive affirmations, same as February from last year. Like, you are loved and lovable. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. What I meant by that was sometimes you'll never know if a moment is something you need to let go of or something that you want to hold on to and cherish and remember until it's already passed and you can look at it in retrospect. So this is me looking in retrospect to say this is what you need to let go of, and these are the kinds of things you need to think about from here on out. This is going to be playing into my monthly new experience. Here we've written like a bucket list of new experiences, things that I need to try out, and I will show you how that plays into each month in just a moment. Here I'm going to be doing my feelings trackers for the month. I'm not going to track month by month in here. I'm saying like when the semester is over, I will go back each week and see how I was doing and make little line graphs in here so I can compare myself month by month. But this is not something I'm going to fill in every day. This won't be done until the journal is done. Here we have my course schedule and perspective schedule and this is my course schedule and my class info. That's what this one is. So here's my schedule for next semester. Remaining classes and perspective schedule is on one page. The spread remaining classes is up here. Perspective schedule, I have two different options of things I can do. This is the one I'm trying to do right now, which is to take these classes next semester and then graduate. But I could, split it up into 2 more semesters if, course load is just too much. Over here, I am preparing for things. I'm going to be selling art at the Spring Arts Festival at my school, and I'm going to be making my senior graduation animation film. So here is me just planning like each month what I need to have done for each one of these to stay on track, and down here I'm supposed to write my ideas for them. As you can see, I don't have many, but we'll work on that. We'll work on her. Here's my fonts and materials page. I haven't done the material swatches yet, but it's the same as last time. Fonts and materials for reference. Here's a blank page in case I come up with something. There's not really a plan for that page, but then we get into January of 2020. My quote for January is, "Judge a garden by its flowers, not the leaves that have fallen." So as to say, look at the positive sides of things and judge your life by your smiles, not the tears that have fallen. Here's my typical calendar, and right here, written very lightly, that will become darker when I have something to add to it, is this month So this is my monthly tracker. So as to say, this month I did this one of my new experiences. I visited a new state. I learned a new yoga trick. I would write it in my this month So each month I can refer back to my new experiences bucket list sheet and pick one of these things to do to put on my this month Then we have a brain dump page, open and available for all of my thoughts. Hopefully I'll be writing a lot about my senior film here. Hopefully. And then we get into our weekly spreads for January. It is basically the same as what we had before. Each class laid out. I haven't written the class titles because Dropout Week hasn't happened, and I might change things up. What I did change though was, instead of a 3-week calendar, what I'm trying is just writing, 3-week calendar here, 3 weeks in advance, and then just having some lines where I can write down what I need to write. So instead of writing things in the calendar boxes, I write it on the lines. It takes up less space. Weekly mood tracker, week's to-do list, and then here I have my weekly reflection. It is where I would like to write a quick summary of how the week went, how I was feeling, what went on, just so that when I flip back through my journal, I can see even more of where I was at in life. Like, I can see it. Like, we could see in February I wasn't doing so hot. That's why I had those kinds of spreads to help pick up my mood, but I would like to know even more where I'm at in life each week. And I went ahead and did the next January spread, which I think came out so pretty. I love the way these boxes are. But it's the 6 boxes for my classes. Mood tracker is at the top. Weekly reflection is over here, no bounding box on her, and then we have our week calendar ahead and our weeks to do. I think this one is so pretty. The next one is just laid out in pencil. I haven't gone in and done it yet, but I want to do all of January in advance so that even if January ends up being a very busy month, which I don't think it will, it's the first month of the semester, but even if it ends up being a busy month, I'm already done in advance, and if it's not that busy, then I can go ahead and do February in advance. And that is what we have for my bullet journal for 2020. I don't make many journaling videos with you guys, so I thought that this came out so pretty, and I was just feeling so inspired that I had to show you guys what I created. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my spreads. Please let me know down in the comments below what your theme for 2020 is. Mine was flowers for, that rebirth, that fresh newness. Let me know what your theme for 2020 is, your quote for 2020 is, and what some of your New Year's affirmations are. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things that they ask you to do. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, toodaloo, and here's some links for your personal enjoyment. End of every video, I wait on you guys. I wait. I sit here and I wait patiently for you to click my links. So I'm waiting. Where's the clicking happening, sis? Clickety clack. We're waiting. I hope you've clicked the links and you're gone now. If not, I will assume it's because you're too busy subscribing and writing a beautiful comment. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, toodaloo.